Guys, I just came up with a great idea. Go figure, right? Your boy just conscious one just came up with a great idea. Some of y'all might think, well, why are you announcing it? Shouldn't you keep it to yourself? No, not really, because when you guys hear what it is, you'll realize that not many people will actually want to volunteer to do it. It will be a huge moneymaker because we got enough people on the planet that can participate in this on contractual agreements. Understand, you'll be under contract. Not everybody would agree to do something like this. Before I get into that, guys, one thing I realized about people is that people love bird watching. When I go to restaurants, guys, it's not like everybody's looking at me. People are looking at other people. Matter of fact, people go out to eat just to look at other people, so that when they leave the restaurant, they can say, "Did you see so and so at 2 o'clock? What a slob!" Now all them motherfuckers eating meat, and all they asses stink like hell. But they think they can go home and talk about somebody else. All right, it's crazy, ain't it? That is part of why people go out to eat, to look at other people and talk about them. Now, I'm not going to act like I haven't dipped into that type of nonsense as well. Of course I have. I probably still will. But it's nowhere near the level of what these people do. First of all, I can't go out to restaurants like that unless they have really uh, allergy restrictions the way they cook their food. I think like a restaurant I could go out to is like a Brazilian steakhouse, because the way they cook their food is everything is separated. I could do a Brazilian steakhouse. But most restaurants I can't go out to because it's cross contamination with either gluten or dairy. Excuse me. Uh, but it's just too much knowledge for me to be out here looking at people talking about it in a negative way. It's too much knowledge. But anyway, the thing, in Las Vegas, I used to do a lot of cooking. And one thing I realized, nobody can cook better than you can, especially now that we got YouTube. If you're not lazy, you should be cooking your own damn food. And all these people who cook on YouTube, you can learn from them, different recipes, stuff like that. That's what I learned in Las Vegas. Nobody can cook better than me, to my liking, to my, dietary needs and stuff like that. When I used to make a steak at home, they used to get from Whole Foods. I get, a grass-fed ribeye steak. I swear that steak tastes just like something at Roof Chris or something like that. And then I used to use a vegan butter that tasted just like butter. I used to fix pancakes that tasted better than Listen to what I'm telling y'all. The pancakes I used to make at home tasted better than the pancakes in the restaurant. And the brand was called Bob Red Mill's gluten-free pancake mix. And I used to get a butter that was called Melt, that I cannot find in stores anymore for some strange reason. I used to make that a lot in New York. Those were some good ass pancakes. And that butter, I tell y'all the truth, it tasted better than butter. Y'all think I'm bullshit. I'm dead serious. Hold on for a minute, y'all. I know that sounds crazy. Like, you got a gluten-free pancake mix and a vegan butter that tasted better than the real thing? Well, maybe that was just my opinion. It tasted just as better, if not better. Let's put it that way. Matter of fact, when I was using that vegan butter for a certain period of time, when I tried to taste real butter, the real butter didn't really taste that good to me anymore. Crazy. Okay, it didn't taste that good to me anymore, y'all. So you want to get you some Bob Red Mill gluten-free pancakes. Okay. They probably still have that melt butter, but it's, I don't know. They probably don't. Maybe they still sell it in Vegas or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll use a link. Y'all can check out the YouTube link. It was a black woman talking about how good that shit is. That shit was good, y'all. A vegan butter that tasted better than butter. Check out the link I'll leave y'all. But anyway, let's get to the idea I'm talking about. We got YouTube. We got a bunch of people out here who like bird watching what people do. Okay, what is the next plateau? We need a real Truman Show, not one in the movies, not YouTube, because YouTube is acting. Most people on YouTube has turned into television. Am I lying? We need a real Truman Show. Of course, it'll have to be pay-per-view because, you know, we're talking about something that, will be between rated R and rated X, just depending on who you're dealing with. Of course, person will have to sign a contract, and that's why I don't mind mentioning this to you guys, because we know for a fact that a lot of people would not sign up for this. They say money talks, but we know a lot of people would not want to do this. People got families. People got private lives. People got things that they do in a secret that they don't want nobody to know about. Stuff like that, right? But what if somebody actually signed a contract to go along with that shit, man? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Now, the only thing with me, I wouldn't mind doing it with myself, but my wife would not agree with it. But what if my wife did agree with it? Oh man, that's a whole nother thing. If you got a couple, I mean, depending on how many people you will be up in a mix, the more money you get paid. Who would actually volunteer for such a thing like that? Allow the world to see everything you do, no matter what it is. Of course, you're not, if you're not breaking any laws and stuff like that. But to tell you guys, would I sign up for something like that? Yeah, I would. I already told you I don't have no secrets. But I don't think. Matter of fact, I don't even see. The thing too is, let's say a guy decides to sign to deal with that. He might not want his wife to be a part of it. Stuff like that. But it's all about the contract. Would the wife be a part of it? Would she not be a part of it? Would she be a part of it sometime? I mean, that's why you have to, write up the contract. But I seriously doubt women, for the most part, would not want everybody to see everything they're doing throughout the day. I think women will be a little bit more fickle about that. I'm pretty sure it's a lot of guys who, more guys than women who wouldn't give a fuck. Like, yeah, sure, you can watch everything I do. As long as I'm getting paid, all right. That's the next plateau. We got YouTube, guys, but like I said, YouTube has turned into television. It ain't YouTube no more. YouTube started out like kind of Truman showing. Now, you know, it's like TV. You might as well be watching TV, watching YouTube. I think that's the next plateau in entertainment, guys.